Now, people ask me all the time, do robot vacuum cleaners actually work? Well, I cut open the dust bags of a robot that's actually been cleaning my home, and we're going to see. I do think robot vacuum cleaners do a good job of cleaning, vacuuming, and here it is. I have a dog at home. My house is actually getting really clean. These things I got 4 of them running my house, and there's a lot of the dirt and debris, a lot of dog hair though. Hello everyone, this is just a dad. Today we're going to do the 3-month real-world test and how to clean the Dreame Aqua 10 Ultra Robot Vacuum Cleaner. So I did purchase this robot with my own money. I wasn't paid for this video. This is home of the honest review. Now at the end of this video, I'm going to show you what it scored and if it gets my Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. But in this video, we're going to do all the maintenance on it. Now I'm going to have links to all of these products that I'm using. These are OEM, made from Dreame, mop rollers and stuff. So I'll have links to everything you need to do. You're going to have to do this maintenance about once every month and a half or so. I really neglected this. I let it go almost 3 months of using it at my house. This is Dreame's Generation 1 mop roller. Now I do think this is the future, but this is a Gen 1. It didn't perform the best at my studio, but I did take it to my home and I lived with it for 3 months and I got to know this thing very well. Now they do sell a Dreame Aqua 10 without the Ultra. I didn't like it as much. I actually sent that one back for the price. You might as well just get the Ultra. It has a lot more advanced features. Now, this is my second Dreame Aqua 10 Ultra. The first one I got, the base leaked underneath it. You really couldn't see it unless you moved the base, but the base unit leaked. There was no fix. Contacted Dreame. It takes a while to get a replay. You have to have patience, but that's with all Roborock, Shark, everybody. So once about 2 to 3 weeks of the process, I was able to get a new one and ship the old one back. Now, my new one, I never had that problem with it. Now, this one cleans very well. There's no getting around it, but it has a little quirky as far as navigation. When it first came out, it was even little, like it was just kind of like move and you really didn't know the random pattern. They've done some updates and I think it's getting better, but it's just not quite there yet. I want to show you the update that I'm on. Make sure, I do recommend you have updates on automatically. I'm on 34.18. So let's go to my cleaning history. I thought I had this on a pretty aggressive schedule. 43 cycles, 18,420 square feet cleaned, 2,599 minutes. Now, the unit never failed. The only time it would just randomly get stuck at my house. Like it would be by a chair leg or even by a corner, an outside corner, and it would just like stop. And I never quite understood that. It was trying to navigate, but sometimes it would just randomly stop. Now, it was able to complete some of the tasks. Here it did a vacuuming mode. Dust collected 3 times. There are a lot of red of, I don't know exactly which one each one was. Sometimes it does bother us and we tell it to go home. But a lot of these I think are when it gets stuck. Here you can see there's a cleaning. It constantly kept coming up with carpet areas that it was detecting. Yeah, a lot of red. So navigation was there. Oh yeah, there was a lot of times it left rooms. Like it said, it couldn't get to some rooms, but it could. So, but that was an interrupted one. So not a lot of green, a lot of red. There's lots of potential, but Gen 1. This is probably not going to get my Just a Dad sticker seal of approval unless the price was quite right. But I think a Generation 2 is going to be better. And the Roborock Curve 2 Flow over there is already performing better than this. But let's get started. We are going to replace the mop roller, new brush, new side brush. This thing's really dirty. We're going to do now, one thing I will tell you, I had this stacked up against the Mova P10 Pro, the Dreame Matrix 10, some others right next to each other. This dirty water tank, when I would empty it, this water was dirtier than everybody else. So that tells me these are cleaning the floor better. You end up with more dirt in here. So I'm going to show you a cleaning hack. We're going to clean this, take it over the sink. Clean water tank, nothing really going on there. There's a filter at the bottom of this you may have to clean. Make sure this moves up and down. You may have to descale this once in a while with some vinegar. Nothing going on here. All right, a lot going on here. Dust bag. Now, I put I put Shark Vac Mop solution in my clean water tank every time I fill it up. They don't tell us, you know, it's got this hardwood floor cleaner. Look, it didn't even use much of it. And there's the regular cleaner. You know, this is what it comes with. I would see the symbol once in a while that it had, that's for the, oh, that's the Dreame, yeah. Oh, I guess it was the pet odor solution, yeah. I don't know. I don't think it worked. Maybe I didn't have it pets turned on or something, but they don't give us like how much it uses, or we can't adjust it. It just has to, it figures it out, which I don't know if it's using any at all sometimes. But if you want to put the solution, you know, Dreame's only going to recommend using their solution. It does have 2 chambers. That's just super hard to tell if that's actually working. Dust bag's very simple. Just pull it. Again, this had my upstairs house. It's almost about that full. You should be able to replace this every couple months. Okay, here's the new bag. Now there's 2 styles. The one that comes with it has this little hook to help it in there. So that's what I'm going to replace it with. But the older style bags, you can see, I think would work too. But we'll put this one in. Again, make sure, put the bag like this. Put that in, that's going to go right there. Make sure that's flush. And then just kind of put the bag. Now people ask me all the time, do robot vacuum cleaners actually work? Well, I cut open the dust bags of a robot that's actually been cleaning my home, and we're going to see. I do think robot vacuum cleaners do a good job of cleaning, vacuuming, and here it is. I have a dog at home. My house is actually getting really clean. These things are, I got 4 of them running my house, and there's a lot of the dirt and debris, a lot of dog hair though. I never had a clog. This empties out the bottom and I never had a clog, so there was some worry about that earlier on. But this does a good job. I don't get a bunch of leakage around here, so the dust bag keeps everything. You have to replace those with a new one and throw the old one away. Now, this area, I probably should have cleaned this a little more often, but this, we're going to take this to the sink and clean it. Ooh, I'll have to look in there. This is really dirty. If there's something in the app to clean that. But what I want to show you is it was sucking up quite a bit of water into the auto empty. You know, that's where it empties the dust bin through here. And that was kind of crusty. And then it goes up to here. But I never really saw it in the bag too much. There is no access on the bottom at all. So I'm hoping just by kind of like scraping that with my finger, it'd be nice if I could open that up, but maybe next time it'll suck that stuff. Maybe I can grab it, or maybe I should put a vacuum on there or something. Let's do this. All right, let's blow. Or I should blow this way. So it doesn't go farther in the machine, but that's a little worrisome. That water was getting down there and kind of dirt would stick to it and you get this crust. And some hair was sticking to it. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. Okay, there is a procedure. I got clean water in, dirty water tanks in. If you go under dock settings, all the way at the bottom, the robot has to be powered on and docked. It's gonna exit the dock, and then you got to clean it right away. Well, I think it soaks it a little bit, but then the robot should exit. Yeah, the robot's going to exit, so have a brush, have some solution nearby. This shouldn't take very long. And then you got to move the dock or the robot back into the dock. So. And you probably should do this maybe at least once a month, I would think. Okay, that took maybe a minute. Okay. Now there, it's going to park. Okay. So that's got a bunch of water in it. I'm going to spray. I'm not sure how much time we're going to have, but It puts a lot of water in there, and it should suck it up when it's all done. You got to be really careful. That's a lot of water. But you want to get all the dirt loosened up so that it can be sucked up. Be careful, don't get any down there. Oh, finish. Click finish, okay. So, okay, it's not going to suck the water up. This is a little different. Click finish.
The robot will automatically return to the dock to wash and dry them off.
So it's not a procedure where it's going to turn the dirty water pump on manually or something. It's got the robot's going to dock now, and I really can't. I had to put that little. I might just clean it with some towels, maybe, because I like to see that I got it all clean. Okay.
Start cleaning mop pads.
Okay, so it just goes into a mop washing event. So now it's sucking the dirty water up into the dirty water tank. And it'll do a mop washing event. But you can see I've kind of made a mess. So I might just use some towels to wipe out that dirt instead of doing this whole automated feature. So at the end of the video, we'll be scoring this, and I can tell you right now, the hassle factor is it's not gonna get a good score on that. I'm having to hassle with it because that's kind of a hassle. Where Roborock has a tray that you pull out, take to the sink, clean, and put back. I don't wanna work on my hands and knees like that. Okay, so another hassle factor of this robot that I don't like is when it's powered on, you can't budge it. Like, I've had to manually put this in the dock, and it's nearly impossible. I mean, you can always tell at the dock and it'll do its thing, but sometimes you want to manually dock it. Those wheels are tight. So to do the maintenance now, we're going to turn it off. What a mess. Yeah, see, I still got to get towels in there and clean that. So I would like to agitate that and then turn the suction pump on. There's the dirty water. Now, once you turn it off, the robot slides very easily, so be careful. Now, this is what I should have done. Just grab an old towel, wet it, and just wipe this down. That's kind of a silly procedure. Maybe if it wasn't that dirty, but the whole point of these robots is to actually do a good job cleaning, and they should be dirty. So, there. I can take the ramp off. The ramp is pretty dirty, but that's a much easier job to do, just like that. Another thing is making sure you get this sealed properly. This can be tricky, like one side pops up, the other side pops up, so. Okay, we've got some sensors on the front. It's got a couple dings. I have white baseboard trim, so that's some pretty big dings there. Not too bad though, actually. I mean, not too much scuff. Sensor on the back. Okay. We'll take the dirty water tank out. We'll take this to the sink and clean it. Yeah. This is why I'm glad these are removable. I want to clean these. Some robots are saying like Narwhal says it's internal and you don't clean it. We clean it internally, which I don't agree with. So we'll take that to the sink. Ooh, we do have some dirt here. Quite a bit actually. Let me get a light. So some hidden dirt right there. A little concerning. Yeah, that's going to take some scrubbing action. I wasn't expecting that. It's cleaning up pretty easy, but I would have expected it not to be there, to be honest with you. Because if it gets there, what's to say it's not going to come? That the dirty water tank, the purpose of it is to hold the dirty water. All right, cover, dustbin. Ooh. We have, it didn't auto empty. Oh, okay. This is good. This is good. I wasn't expecting this. We have a hair blockage. I actually was not well, to say I'm shocked is not true. The auto empty systems on these are tricky. And I feel like I just said I didn't have any problems. I do apologize if I said that. I didn't have any problems that I knew of, but apparently we do have a problem. It's the auto empty. It's got some hair wrap, which is what we're wanting. It's just not auto emptying, which that's why the Mova Z60 is not going to be approved by me. Its auto empty is even more flawed than this. And as you can see, we didn't auto empty. And when that happens, you lose. It's just not good. They need auto empty. So, wow. I almost thought I was going to give this just a dad sticker seal of approval, but it's probably not going to get it. All right, let's take it out. And it's because the auto empties out the bottom. It does have kind of a small, that's all the bigger it is. Is that right there, that little door? Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. So, okay, we got some more sensors. These black windows. That's every 30 hours. This one's a little hidden. The carpet sensors there, you could get you don't want to damage that sensor. So it's just fine. Side brush, we'll probably replace it. It's got quite a few damaged parts. We need to wipe this off. That's a membrane. We're going to be really careful. The wheels are in good shape. I don't see any hair wrap. Now, we have a mop roller. Now, I do have a new one. There's a button here on the side. Press. It lifts up and pulls out. And then the fluffer. I do like this fluffer. It says you're supposed to replace that. Oh, we got some hair wrap on the fluffer. That could be a problem there. Quite a bit. Huh. Got some hair on the other side too. Got some going on down here. Got some hair in there. I don't think, is there anything else that comes out? That's this. Not too bad. Okay, on a lot of robots, this scraper part comes out, but it doesn't. But we can access it, and I definitely want to clean it. There's hair. There's a filter. There's where it does the suction. It's actually pretty clean. I just have a lot of, I'm going to have to wipe all this down. There's a lot of hair in here. But I thought, again, most of these times these scrapers come out, but this one does not. Okay. That's fine. Again, there's the auto empty port where it just is not doing a very good job. Let's take the side brush off now. There's a trick here. These like to fall off. When they put them on at factory, they're on there really tight. It's a #1 Phillips. Keep your screw. You may lose a screw. Here's the new one. It's geared. And what you want to do is hold, now make sure there's nothing there. No hair here. Hold everything and tighten that thing to where the point almost breaks. Wish they had a better design than that. But otherwise, if you just kind of like tighten it, it's going to fall off. And you have to go find it. Tighten it. There. Okay, let's take a look at, now I should have been cleaning this every couple weeks. This is the dustbin filter. It's extremely dirty. And it's got a new design. There's this little, oh boy. Yeah, well, there's how dirty it is. Well, it has that clog in there. So I don't think, that shouldn't have been a problem. The auto empty system should not rely on this being perfectly clean because it lets air in here, and sucks it out there. So, yeah, that's really dirty. We're gonna have to get that out. It's mainly hair. But again, these are reusable. Here's what a new one looks like. I recommend having extra ones. That way you can clean this. They are reusable. And then you can let it dry over a register in the wintertime or in the sun in the summer. Okay, let's go over here. Everything I show you in the video, I have links to them in my video description or on my website, justadadapproved.com. Here's the solution I put in my clean water tank. World famous Just a Dad cleaning brush from Walmart, $5. So every time you empty your tank, I rinse mine out, but then you should put an effordent tablet. These are little tablets. Every time you empty it, put one of those tablets in there, and that prevents the odor. But I get the scrubbing bubbles. These things need deep cleaned. Make sure the seal is in good shape around. That's where it gets its suction. And check out my website. There is a hack you can put in these dirty water tanks, some ionizing tablet enclosure that will prevent the odor too. You can see, oh, it stinks pretty good right now. Rinse it, and then just grab one of these tablets, throw it in there every time. Okay, so these come off. Just pull them off. I'm not going to wash this because that's got metal and some bearings, so we'll put that off to the side, but these get extremely dirty. But the most satisfying job I have is cleaning this. I don't use any soap. They're made to be cleaned. They're reusable. They just take a while to dry. Now the next most satisfying part is this dirty water tank. This is something new for these mop rollers. It washes up pretty good, but I'm gonna spray. I'm gonna get everything soaking with this stuff. Sometimes I use Dawn. This works pretty good on the brush rollers. They don't really grow mold or anything. They just have a lot of dirt. Now, this, you just got to replace it every once in a while. I mean, it's not in too bad a shape. I mean, it's starting to show. I'm going to replace it, but I want to show you. So let's clean everything. There is a little filter here, maybe. I'm not going to mess with that, but there is a little something there. This brush just works great. I can get in all the little crevices, get it all nice and clean. Here's the dust bin. Now, it's really dirty. And that trap door had a bunch of stuff on it. Looks like there's an area right here. I'm not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to clean it or something. I don't know. We'll see. These get really dirty. They work really well too. It does a good job of vacuuming long hairs. It just, you have to be able to auto empty the system. And they've just redesigned it. They're like the X50 and the L50. Those things work great at auto emptying. These need replaced every so often. But like if you get a screw caught in there or something, it'll just eat them up. I probably should have cleaned this a couple times, but I just let it go. It was really dirty. Even on the back. Ooh. Cleanup is okay. Again, Roborock on the Curve, they have a whole tray that just comes out, which is nice. Again, this thing's getting pretty worn. It's pretty full of dirt. You know, the base station can only clean it so well. So maybe clean it like a paint roller once in a while. You might be able to freshen it up, but it's getting pretty matted, it feels like. All right. Oh, and I got to get those hairs off the fluffer. You're supposed to replace the fluffer. I don't have a new fluffer. It seems in pretty good shape. But except for those hairs are still there. That's going to be a problem. Okay, let me show you a little cleaning hack. Again, go back to this blower, put it on high. This will help clean these. It's better to put them in the sun. Now, I didn't see that earlier. This got a bunch of fuzz on that. Now get a wire brush that's brass. Get a wire brush from like Harbor Freight, and that'll get that carpet fuzz off of there. It's kind of making a mess, but that's just going to weight down that roller. So I got to clean those all over again. Oh, this one doesn't have it, so it's good to go. Okay, again, now this will just help facilitate everything if you're in a hurry. Okay, let's clean this area. Get a damp cloth. That's a membrane. Do not damage that membrane. It'll ruin the robot. But it does need wiped down every so often. Down here needs wiped off. Be careful with this. And then get the blower. It's like a hairball right there where the fluffer goes. Now getting the hair off the fluffer, these are little flush cut pliers. It's turned out to be kind of challenging. They want you to replace this. I don't think it needs replaced. It's not damaged, maybe. Yeah, nothing comes apart, so you just got quite a bit of hair wrap on this thing. There. And that side's good, okay. Now, there's a square. It goes over here. And then that just sits. That just sits like that. Now get the new mop. May have to turn it. There. Line these up. Push down. You should hear a click, and that should be flush. All right, let's get these. Black or gray goes to the black side. You may have to rotate this, and then it should click into place. That surprised me how dirty those fins were, but they cleaned up good. Rotate it, and clicks. Find the arrows. There's two arrows here and here. Line those up. I'll try to get a close up here. Line those up. They'll go into the little notches. You may have to turn these, rotate them down. There. That went flush and that went flush. Grab your door. I don't know what these little pads do, but put the front feet in first. Wiggle it. Push it down. Make sure you feel right here that that's engaged. That's sometimes doesn't engage. All right. We're all good. There's no way to take the door off. I'm pretty sure there's a door that comes over and covers this. I don't think you can take it off. And still be careful right here. This is still kind of dirty. It's still a membrane. Be very careful with that. Okay, now the dustbin, I'm a little disappointed. There's an area that you can't get to. It does have a flapper. New filter. Again, this is a different type of filter. It's got this big detent with a magnet. And it's going to go right here. Right here. All right, so the filter goes down. The handle goes up. Make sure it's kind of flush. Push this down. This should be nice and flush. Put it in. All nice and flush. Dirty water tank was a little disturbing. I think that might be a bigger deal than I know. I'm not sure yet. So the dirty water tank, the robot base station must push something, and that opens that door, like a lever comes out and pushes that. So when it's emptying, it must be not, it's supposed to go through that little door. This probably, I don't know. It definitely had a lot of dirt there, so we gotta keep an eye on that. Push that in nice and flush. All right, this just sits there nice and flush. Never had any problems with the lid coming off. Yeah, nice and flush. Okay, we're good. Bumper moves in and out. Turn it back on. If you dock it, it'll turn on. Or you can just hold the button. Okay, let's go into reset the maintenance reminders. Yeah, when you turn it on. Okay, accessories. Filter, I replaced it, but you should clean that. I'm gonna reset the filter. Side brush, I did replace it. It had more time left on it, but it was getting pretty ratty. Main brush, I haven't replaced it yet, so I won't hit reset. Sensors, I did clean those. Mop pad, I did replace it. It said it had 71 more hours, or 65% remaining. It looked like it. I don't know, maybe it didn't need replaced. So this is a new one. Used water tank. They've got a notice there to tell you to clean it now. Disposable bag, Omni wheel, these are all as needed. So, okay, we're all back to normal. Okay, it's time to give the Dreame Aqua 10 Ultra its final score. And unfortunately, it is going to be a skip it. The hassle factor is just too high with it right now. I could have maybe bumped it up one, but I had to go find it too many times. You know, hair test, it's not able to auto empty. It does a good job of picking up the hair. It has to auto empty it. Corner sweep, this mop roller doesn't get to the side as good as I would like when it's up against the wall. And when it's going around an outside corner, it just doesn't do the best job. Cleaning and mopping, it did a really good job of cleaning, of mopping, but its cleaning pattern is off a little bit. It's getting better. The clutter test, again, that has to do more with the navigation. It was getting stuck on one rug quite a bit. So for now, it's a 3.5 overall score. Actually about a 3.4, so not quite a 3.5. And it's a Gen 1. You know, just too many things going on with it. I'm having too many promising results with the Roborock Curve 2 Flow right now. I think, yeah, the Mova Z60, I'm getting ready to do the video on it. It's going to be very similar to this one, I think. You know, if we count up the things, water down here, kind of hard to clean the base, dirty water underneath the dirty water tank, navigation issues, auto empty is not the best. That's concerning. Because there's really no way it's not keeping the dirty water there. Now, it wasn't like puddling up to the point of, but yeah, I'm not sure. So I do applaud them. We need Generation 1 robot vacuum cleaners to get the Generation 2. So hopefully Generation 2 is going to be a lot better. And again, they make one without the Ultra. I could tell right away I wasn't going to like it. And put on top of all of this that they did have a batch of robots out there that did leak on the base station. So that was not an isolated incident with me. There were several people that left comments that this is kind of early on was a widespread issue. I think they do, hopefully they're not shipping the units now with it. I don't think they are. But so with all of that combined, just a kind of a skip for me, even though I was super excited, you know, emptying that dirty water tank was exciting with how dirty that water is. And so I was all excited for it, but there just needs to be a few refinements, and I think we're going to get there. Now, the very next test I'm going to do on this, I brought it back to the studio. I'm going to do advertisement versus commercial. So, you know, on the Roborock Curve 2, that ended up being a pretty cool video. I got to look at the ad for this one and see exactly what they're saying it can pick up. Even if it does kind of pick that stuff up, there's just kind of some hassle factor with it. It's just not making it a buy right now. So, but if you want to see and stay on top of the robot vacuum cleaners, I have a podcast, Coffee with Dad, talk about the latest news on robot vacuum cleaners. Also check out my website, justadadapproved.com. That's going to get so improved in the future to help you as the consumer. It's going to have robots that are on sale during these big Amazon events, how to do your maintenance, all the links to everything I used here, blowers, filters. You know, when it's time to do your maintenance, you don't have to like search and I am finding some good generic parts. Not all generic parts are good, but when I do, I want to help you save money. And again, I buy these robots and vacuum cleaners with my own money, give you my honest opinion on them. Got a new scoring system. Let me know what you think of the scoring system I came up with. But these robots have to go to my house. That's the bottom line. They have to do this. See, I almost thought I could give the score with it just at my house. I knew early on I couldn't give it the score just at the studio. That wasn't working because some robots were doing really well at the studio and then I take them home and they weren't that good. So I knew I had to take them home. Then I was actually thinking, do I really have to do the maintenance? I mean, I'm going to do the maintenance to show people, but now I realized I got to do all of those before I give it my final score. So again, thanks to everybody for watching, just down to earth, common sense when it comes to these robot vacuum cleaners. And bottom line, did I feel like I wanted to throw it out of my house? No, I didn't feel like I wanted to throw it out the window. There's been some Roombas I definitely wanted to throw out the Roomba, but not that much, you know, but doing all that cleaning, we did find some things I just didn't like. So again, justadadapproved.com, more to come on that website. All my scorecards that I just got here, my data, my baseball cards, all of that will be on there just as soon as I can get this thing up and running. I have some people working on it. So again, I do appreciate everybody's support. If you purchase a product using a link off my website or off of the video links here, I do earn a small commission from that sale. It's a way of helping support my channel. I feel like this is our channel. I've just listened to what people have been telling me, how to review these robot vacuum cleaners, how to do all of this. They really do appreciate this cleaning video. And that's my promise to you. If it's a robot that I approve of and I'm like, hey, go buy it, I'm going to have all the videos to support what I say. I just don't do a one review and say, go buy it and just leave you hanging. If I say buy it, it's going to have the unboxing, how to set it up, a review, a competitor, like a review comparing it to the next closest competitor. Then I'm going to take it to my home and I'm going to do exactly what we did here. 3 months, I'm going to show you how to clean it. You got to do the maintenance. I probably should have done it a little sooner, but I like to let these things, you know, I don't like hassling with them. I want them to kind of work. But again, so I'll have all the videos to back up my decisions and you'll find all of this in one. It's on my YouTube channel. That can be very hard to search for all these different videos. The easiest things is just search Just a Dad and whatever model number you're looking for. But this new website is going to be amazing. I'm looking for people for requests, what you want on the website. I'm here to help. Again, I want to purchase these robot vacuum cleaners so you don't waste your money on a bad robot vacuum cleaner. Again, if you thought this video was helpful, hit the like, subscribe button, and thanks for watching.